Welcome back. Today, we're breaking down the top 15 countries by military budgets for 2025, numbers that reveal the real power dynamics shaping our world. We'll look at not just how much is being spent, but why, unpacking the strategies, tech races, and shifting alliances behind the figures. Let's dive in. Number 15 is Poland. With a projected $35 billion budget, a dramatic surge driven by the war in Ukraine and the threat from Russia. Sitting on NATO's eastern front, Poland is modernizing fast, buying advanced tanks, artillery, and rocket systems from the US and South Korea. Poland now spends well over NATO's 2% GDP target, aiming for nearly 4%, cementing its role as a key security player in Europe. Security comes first, no matter the price. Australia's $34 billion defense budget is focused on the Indo-Pacific and countering China's influence. The highlight? Nuclear-powered submarines from the AUKUS Pact, giving Australia stealthy long-range reach. Australia is also investing in F-35 jets, advanced missiles, and surveillance for a tech-heavy defense. Building alliances, Australia aims to keep the Indo-Pacific open and secure. Number 13 is Israel, spending $37 billion, a huge sum for its size, reflecting its high-stakes security environment. Israel's survival depends on a technological edge. Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow form a multi-layered missile defense. The Israeli Air Force with F-35S enables rapid response and precision strikes. Heavy investment in intelligence and cyber warfare keeps Israel ahead of threats. Number 12 is South Korea with $43.9 billion, driven by the constant threat from North Korea. South Korea balances a large standing army with cutting-edge tech, developing its own fighter jets, tanks, and missile systems. The Kill Chain preemptive strike system aims to neutralize threats before they launch. Investment in satellite surveillance and missile defense mirrors Israel's approach, but with a focus on the North's growing arsenal. South Korea's defense industry is booming, making it a major global arms exporter. The strategy: self-reliance, technological superiority, and readiness for any escalation. It's a high-tech shield against a persistent, unpredictable neighbor. At number 11, Italy's $44 billion budget is about modernization and fulfilling NATO commitments. After years of underinvestment, Italy is upgrading its air force with F-35S and modernizing its army to meet alliance standards. Its strategic Mediterranean location drives investment in new naval assets, frigates, patrol vessels, and amphibious ships. Italy's navy is central to its foreign policy, projecting stability and securing maritime interests. The focus is on interoperability, rapid deployment, and catching up with European peers. Italy's spending is steady, deliberate, and aimed at reclaiming its role as a key regional power. Number 10 is Ukraine with $53.70 billion, a budget born of war and survival. This figure is fueled by massive international aid, as Ukraine's economy is battered by Russia's invasion. Spending is focused on immediate needs: ammunition, drones, artillery, and armored vehicles for the front lines. Ukraine has become a testing ground for modern warfare, especially in drones and electronic warfare. The budget isn't about long-term planning, it's about defending sovereignty right now. Ukraine's position is a stark reminder of how quickly defense priorities can change in crisis. It's a story of resilience, desperation, and global solidarity. Japan's $55 billion budget marks a shift from post-war pacifism to proactive defense. Facing threats from China and North Korea, Japan is investing in long-range missiles and counterstrike capabilities. New destroyers, submarines, and F-35S are strengthening Japan's military. Supported by the US, Japan is transforming into a normal military power. Number 8 is France, spending $64 billion to maintain its status as a global power. France's independent nuclear deterrent is a major budget driver, ensuring strategic autonomy. The military is built for global reach: a powerful navy, modern air force, and active special forces. France invests in both high-end nuclear capabilities and flexible, deployable conventional forces. The goal: act alone if needed, but also lead in NATO and global security missions. France's spending is about independence, influence, and a worldwide footprint. At number 7, Saudi Arabia's $71.7 billion budget is fueled by oil wealth and regional rivalry with Iran. The kingdom's air force is packed with advanced US and European jets backed by sophisticated missile defenses. Ongoing conflict in Yemen has exposed gaps, prompting a push to build a domestic defense industry. The focus: protect energy infrastructure, secure the monarchy, and compete for Middle East dominance. Saudi Arabia's spending is checkbook power, turning oil money into military might. It's about security, prestige, and regional influence. Number 6 is the UK, with $81.1 billion, balancing global ambitions, NATO commitments, and support for Ukraine. The Royal Navy is central, with 2 new aircraft carriers and a nuclear submarine fleet. Carrier strike groups and F-35Bs enable global power projection. The UK is a leading military aid provider to Ukraine, straining its own stockpiles and driving new investment. The budget supports both high-end capabilities and immediate European security needs. It's about staying at the top table, adapting to new threats, and maintaining global influence. The UK's spending reflects a historic power navigating a complex world. Number 5 is India, with $86.10 billion, driven by border tensions with China and Pakistan. India is pushing for self-reliance, developing its own jets, tanks, carriers, and submarines. The military is huge, so a big chunk goes to personnel, but modernization is accelerating. The Himalayan standoff with China has sped up procurement of drones, surveillance, and high-altitude gear. India's goal: balance a massive standing army with cutting-edge tech and domestic production. It's about immediate threats and long-term ambition as a rising Indo-Pacific power. India's budget is both a shield and a springboard. Number 4 is Germany, with $88.5 billion, a dramatic turnaround after decades of underfunding. Russia's invasion of Ukraine triggered a historic policy shift, with a special fund to rapidly modernize the Bundeswehr. Spending targets critical gaps: F-35S, new tanks, helicopters, and air defense. Germany is finally matching its economic weight with military investment, aiming to be Europe's security cornerstone. The Zeitenwende marks Germany's acceptance of a leadership role in European defense. It's a reluctant giant awakening to new responsibilities. The budget is about credibility, deterrence, and a new era for German power. Number 3 is Russia, with a wartime budget of $145.90 billion, an enormous strain on its economy. The war in Ukraine has forced Russia to prioritize defense above all else, replacing massive battlefield losses and ramping up production. The focus is brute force tanks, artillery, missiles, and industrial output. Despite setbacks, Russia continues to invest in its nuclear triad as its ultimate security guarantee. The budget is a desperate gamble, sacrificing long-term stability for short-term military aims. Russia's spending is all in on conflict, with huge risks for its future. It's a high-stakes, high-cost approach to global confrontation. Number 2 is China, officially spending $235 billion, but likely much more. The goal: transform the PLA into a modern, high-tech force capable of challenging the US, especially in the Western Pacific. China's Navy is expanding at record speed, with new carriers, destroyers, and submarines. Heavy investment in hypersonics, cyber, AI, and anti-satellite weapons aims to leapfrog Western tech. Taiwan is the central focus, building the capability to invade if needed. China's budget is the engine of its global ambitions, aiming for regional dominance and a new world order. It's the largest, most sustained military buildup in decades. The US leads the world with a staggering $968 billion defense budget, more than the next 10 countries combined. This funds a global force, hundreds of overseas bases, 11 carrier strike groups, and unmatched air, land, sea, and space power. Massive R&D keeps the US ahead in stealth, AI, hypersonics, and next-gen tech. For now, America's primacy is unchallenged. That's the top 15 military budgets for 2025, a snapshot of a world on edge. Rising spending reflects new conflicts, great power competition, and regional tensions. Is this arms race a necessary deterrent or a dangerous spiral? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, and see you in the next one. The numbers may change, but the stakes remain sky high.